Hari Om, Namaskar to all of you. Hey Janardana. There is an interesting question from Aparajita Bansal. Pranam Guruji, Hari Om. Guruji, how or what could make our heart full of love, which could be always flowing, giving, sacrificing, still loving rather than judging, calculating, expecting, and looking for self-fulfillment? I will tell you a story of Rajita. There was one very great master. He was a sculptor. He was also a master. One day he was sculpting. He had taken a huge rock and he was sculpting. Finally, a very beautiful Swaminarayan, he could sculpt very beautifully with Chakra, Shanku, Abhayam and Bharadam. He could sculpt it very beautifully. The disciple asked her, "How are you able to do it, Master? Even the original will be put to shame. What you have created is something wonderful and divine. I have never seen a sculpture of this type. How you were able to do it?" The master said, "It's very simple. Bhagavan Narayan was already hiding inside the rock. He just gave me an opportunity to remove the unwanted pieces. The unwanted pieces once removed, the Bhagavan appears like that." Aparajita, if your aim is love, if that is going to be there always in the heart, unconditional love, and you want the heart to be above the mind, as you sculpt this life, you have to learn to remove the unwanted pieces. The unwanted pieces may be in the form of ego, in the form of anger, in the form of resentment, in the form of jealousy, in the form of greed, in the form of possessiveness. All these things when you remove, Bhagavan Narayan is visible, the unconditional love. Kameshwari Ralabandi. Pranam Gurudeva, if one person is expecting verbal communication and feels validated by the same, and the other person incidentally is not wired that way, they prefer silence or not verbal mode of communication. How to understand the other modes of communication, Guruji? Like non-verbal modes of communication? How to understand that before assuming that the other person is not communicating? They may be communicating in a different language which we need to learn. Please teach me this, Guruji. I have not come here to teach anything to anybody. I am just sharing my views. You just put it in one corner of your mind or one corner of your heart and lock it. Someday as you go ahead in life, you can open that chest, you can open that room where you have filled it with what I have said, whether it is applicable to mind or heart. That day you will understand. That day you will walk. You will walk the talk. That day you will not be at talking level. You will be at working level. Verbal communication need not be validated in the same way. There are many ways. Love may have a verbal communication, but love need not necessarily have. Just because two people are not talking. The other day I told you, yesterday I had been to a marriage where some of my past acquaintances, whom I have seen about 25 years back, I met them for the first time after 25 years. They were so happy to see me. That happiness I could see in their body language. People of the heart, not people of the mind. They came running to me and they spoke to me very gladly. In fact, one of them, when I could not identify, then he introduced himself. They were so gracious. Somebody I had not seen for 25 years. They were so eager to take a photograph with me. It's not whether you take a photograph or not. See the love behind that. That makes you, that drives you to do certain things. So love need not be verbal. You can understand it from body language. Just because two people are not contacting each other doesn't mean that there is no love. Nowadays love means emoticons, we said, love symbol. Once the love symbol is set, immediately we feel that love. Is that so? No. At least there is something to communicate there. If you want to know about non-verbal communication and all, first you must have the power to observe the nature. Have you ever taken care to observe a beautiful flower like a rose or a jasmine or a lotus? Did you take time to hear the sound of the birds? Did you spend some time? Did you spend some time as you walk across the beautiful trees swaying this way and that way, creating a sort of mild sound due to the wind? Did you ever care to look at it? Dogs are barking. Do you spend time to hear why they are barking? Are we anyway looking at the nature? You want to know non-verbal communication. That is height of divinity. Have you spent any time observing the nature? Any time? Any time? Have you spent at least some time observing the nature? Even with people who make verbal communication, are you able to understand them the way they are communicating? Leave alone non-verbal communication. How many of the people whom talk to you are able to convey their ideas exactly to you? How much you have absorbed it? Were you able to absorb it the way they have communicated? Do we really know that we have understood the way they have communicated? Yeah, sometimes we say, yes, we have understood. But have you understood the way it is meant to be understood by the other person? Not the way you have understood it. Is there any way to find out all that? If you are a very conscious person, you will know all this, and for that you should start with observing the nature. How many of us have time to do that? Kameshwari, give it a try. Yeah, then I go down, there are some, yes, Maunika Madgula. I love your analogy of 0 and 1 for a master and disciple, Guruji. 0 is also known as Shunya. If we look at human level, it has no value, but it also refers to cosmos, which is more at a spiritual level or infinite state. A disciple is one who carries ego at human level. When the value add of the 0 Guru happens, it goes from 10 to 100 to 1000. And as the disciple merges with the Guru, eventually becomes infinity, becomes one with Shunya. Only a master has the capacity to take the disciple from human level of materialistic Shunya to the cosmic or spiritual level of Shunya. Very advanced. Probably she's trying for the next Peter. Yes, 0 is Shunya. Though you call it a Shunya, it has got some relevance. There is a relevance and there is value addition. What has got value addition should be having some relevance. Individually, it doesn't have anything. Only when it is united with something, then the value increases. Individually, it doesn't have any value. The master doesn't have any value. Only when he unites with the disciple, then the value starts. A master who doesn't have disciples is not blessed that way. You might have been blessed in many other ways, but he is not blessed in this way, where he becomes a value addition to something. Yes, I agree with you. Next we go down further to see something else. Yes, now Arvinda Treya. Nice guy. Namaskaram Datta, thank you for your divine grace. As you said, expectation comes only from the mind. Audience is how elders carry expectations from their past, what they wanted from their parents and from life, and when those are not fulfilled, they remain stuck in that suffering. The same expectations then fall on their children, and we too get pulled into the same loop. When our own expectations break, we also suffer. But Guruji, you reminded that true consciousness comes only from the heart, from unconditional love. Only with you has Adiyan felt that pure love, where even breathing becomes blissful in your presence. Before that, I never knew what unconditional, truly love was. By your divine grace, may this whole chain of expectation and conditioning of the past drop. Blessed to be at your divine feet. Shri Guru Padagabhyam Namaha. Arvind. He's saying something and all about me. Expectation comes from the mind, undoubtedly, yes. As long as you keep using your mind, not only expectations, it will give ideas. It may direct you in a wrong way also. And you may not be knowing that you are committing a grave mistake. It leads to unwanted analysis, which may not be genuine. Suppose a mind is very agitated. A very agitated mind, if it is going to analyze, from its mouth will come nonsense, nothing else. Agitated mind always exhibits ignorance and nonsense. Maybe verbal. In such communication, you may not feel like hearing that. Yes, expectations from mind, what they want from their parents, from their life, when those are not fulfilled, elders, yes. Then they look at youngsters. This is what is happening. Most of the time, we have to live for the elders' dreams and our children will live our dream. This looks a nonsense, very quixotic. You have to live your dream, not your elders' dream. Yes, true consciousness is from heart, from unconditional love. Pure love, even breathing becomes blissful in your presence. Don't get too much attracted to me, Atreya. It will be a fatal attraction. Okay, every master is blissful in their own way. In their own way. No master is inferior. All are different forms of datta. Yes, I want you to break the chain of expectation and conditioning. You will do it some other day, some other time. Very nice. Anything else? Veena Dari says, I was able to relate to every aspect you said. Good, Veena, you are able to somehow connect things. Now comes Girija Kari. Pranams Guruji, thank you for once again reminding of the sacred primacy of the heart over the mind. I keep these words of yours as a guiding yardstick in all my interaction, and it truly feels liberating to live by heart, untouched by others' expectation. I know there are many subtle layers, inner wheels within that still need to be shed. Please bless us, Guruji, that we may all remain anchored always in the purity of the heart. Yes, beautiful, Guruji. Wonderful. Wonderful. Heart should be above the mind. It's not that the mind will not be allowed to operate. Please remember, where mind has to be used, mind has to be used. But you should know where to use it. You can't come home and with your wife or with your husband, you can't keep using the mind. It's more the heart. Yes, that's what, yes, slowly you have to peel. Somebody was asking, onion is there, you keep peeling. I said, there is nothing inside. No, it has already gone. There is a gas. It has gone into your eyes and you are shedding tears. There was something and it has vanished. Yes, my blessings to you, Girija. Be anchored in the heart. Then we have Rupa Kavita Yabaluri. Pranams Guruji, not limited to verbal communication, Guruji, but actions, body language, simple eye contact and simple gestures also speak. Or through the metaphysical like Dasamaha Mudras, we attempt to connect and communicate with the divine without words, without demands. Communication leads to miscommunication, intentions lead to misinterpretation, actions lead to misunderstanding. All these seem to be really overwhelming with increasing complexity and is too much to ask for a proper communication and becomes an expectation from the mind. In such a world, is it truly possible for two individuals to become like congruent or coincident circles, so aligned they feel like one and the same, or our relationship destined to remain like concentric circles, close yet never fully meeting at the center? She is coming back to that same subject. Yeah, communication leads to miscommunication, intentions to misinterpretations, and actions to misunderstanding. Yes, everything is there. Because it's all from the mind. When you do anything from the mind, it is likely to be wrong. Especially in matters of personal interactions or personal relationships. Is it not? Personal relationships, interactions. Mind has got no role to play. Absolutely, it has got no role to play. So when you use mind and have verbal communication, it will lead to miscommunication. There is no doubt about it. And all your intentions, etc., may not be taken in a proper sense. Nobody is going to understand you the way you have to be understood. All these things are there. But why is the heart not functioning when it knows very well about the tricks of the mind? This is one question. Yes. Why the heart is not functioning? Why it is once again going back into what the mind is doing, etc., etc. Why is it going into all that? Why not the heart take over totally? Because there is expectation. As long as expectation is there, everything will be misunderstood. Unless expectations are dropped, you cannot see reality in life. Expectation means it is more a jacked up thing, which is not real. You may be thinking that a particular thing may happen in a particular way. It need not happen in that way. So, expectation is the culprit, main culprit. So, if you can drop expectation, then you can see some love. That is the truth. Concentric circle, yes, never there is going to be an ideal situation where one is going to coincide with the other. Exact circle, that will never happen. In fact, there is no uniformity among circles, please remember. There will be nothing. One may probably go inside the other. Okay. We do not know. But that is all very ideal circumstance. Maybe in one case, two cases, here and there may be happening. That cannot be taken as the rule. The rule is there is always some common area and there is more uncommon area. Okay. The uncommon area need to be respected, not the common area what is shared. There is nothing to respect as far as the common area is concerned because it is transparent and known. Uncommon area is what is not known actually. It is not known. So that being the case, it is not possible. That is not possible. And relationship with expectation is bound to suffer. Radha Krishna Nakiri Kanti. Pranams Bhagavan, always expectation leads to disappointment. Mind tricks us. Heart will not. If we love unconditionally, no expectation, no disappointment. I agree with you. Now Ananya Dan says, what surpasses all is the love to be alone. Loving being alone is the most. One who has experienced transpersonal communication with a partner is full and transcends the odds of society and relatives, norms, regulations, expectations. Alone but apart, part of the whole, without entanglements, however meaningfully engaged, to take every opportunity to serve service to nature, to the environment, to living beings, but first to oneself. Agreed, Ananya. Nice. Very beautifully worded. Everyone longs to be alone, but they become lonely. Aloneness is very good in life. You need some aloneness in life. Aloneness allows you to contemplate. Contemplation is something different. Contemplation brings a sort of an introspection inside the person. When you reduce the inspection outside and when you direct it inward, introspect, you will know where you are and what is your level. All these things will be known. Okay. Of course, without bias, without prejudice, without self-pity, one has to evaluate oneself. Yes. Then, yes, you will transcend all odds of society and relative norms. Norms are norms, whether you follow it, you don't follow it. Okay. Society will expect, that is society. You must know how to remain in the society and still do things. What is good to the society, even though the society may not be following all that. Your main aim is to take care of the well-being of the near and the dear. For the first, you have to take care of yourself. There is no doubt about it. Yes, agreed. Aranya, next we go ahead then to see something more. I think we come to the end of the comments for this. Very good. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Bye.